Hello YouTube, and in this video I'm actually going to be taking out the speedometer. And yet again, what we have to do is take out all of these screws. The 4 on top, 2 there, and 2 there. And once those are out, we can take this bezel off. And then we need to take out all of these little silver screws. Now that they're all off, you can take the plastic and the metal off. Now that you have those off, you need to take out the same silver screws on the inside of here. Once all of those are taken out, that means that you can take the gauges out. They pull right out, and then we'll just be left with the speedometer. Alright, just finished up taking out all of those screws, so now I can take out these gauges. You just pull straight out, and there they go. And I almost forgot about these last 2 little wing nut looking doohickeys. There's one right in here, and there's another one right there. And they are going to be 13 30-seconds. Now that those all are taken out, this whole cluster will be loose, and you want to pull it forward just a little bit until it starts getting snug because of the speedometer cable. Once we do that, I've got my light down here. I'm going to lay down there and I'm going to look straight up. Alright, so there's the hood release. I'm going to look up. Here's the bottom of the cluster here. And if you look straight up in here and you try to get to the actual cable, it's hidden between all of this stuff. It's right there, and you can't really get to it by hand. So what you have to do is get a long flathead screwdriver, and because we pulled it out, there's a little bit of a gap up in here. So you're gonna put your screwdriver up in there. I will try to get a good shot of the clip that's on there, but the clip you need to push down and it will pop out, and you come back up here and you're going to pull. Alright, so that's looking up through here. This is behind the cluster, and right up there is the cable, and that black line is a clip. So we're gonna get our flathead screwdriver and push it down so it's flat, and it should release it because it's spring-loaded, so it should release it, and then we pull the gauge out. And there it is. I just popped it loose, so now I'm going to grab the cluster, move it forward, just like that. It's released. So let's take a look at this. Alright, here we are back up top. Now, this is fully released. Here's everything in the back. There's your cable, the end of it, and everything behind. If we take a look back here, let's get my light out of the way. This is the clip that was on there. Like you can see on here, all you have to do is push it down, and that would release it. And same thing for putting it back in. You just have to line it up and just push, and it'll clip right back in here on the back. And we need to take out these 2 screws. Once those screws are out, then we just have to get this wiring harness disconnected, and it's being attached by another screw in the back. Once we get that out, it'll just fall through like it already is. And this is also a really easy time to go through and change any light bulbs or anything that is not working, because they're easy to get to. To take these out, it's extremely easy. You just turn left, and they come out. And each one of these have a copper lead to it. So for some reason, if you're missing some like mine, you can just transplant them. So if you don't want this bulb and you want this light working, you can put it in there and it'll be working. But for me, I've got one of these bulbs down here that I wanted to get rid of, which is the security light. Since my chip bypasses it, sometimes it turns on. It's really annoying. So I'm going to take one of those out and put it somewhere else. And once you have it back in place and you're ready to put it back together, just go ahead, put your speedometer back in the way it was and screw everything in the back. Place your cluster up against the two little leads on the side, and then we'll go back under. You can see that's the speedometer cable right there. So we'll have to look up in here, and there it is, all the way in the back right there. Once you get it lined up, just make sure you have your fingers up here on the speedometer cable. Just put your fingers up there, make sure it's firm, and just push on the instrument cluster and it'll clip right into place.